Hi, this is Ruben from Midknight Solutions. In this video, I am going to show you 3 tricks that you can try on your Windows 10 laptop in order to improve the performance of your laptop. Before we get started, have you been in a situation where you're trying to boot your laptop and it has an extended startup time than the usual time? Probably the computer takes longer than usual to boot up. Have you been in a situation where your laptop is lagging or it's freezing? Probably programs and Windows respond slowly or freeze intermittently? Or have you also been in a situation where your applications take long to launch or they are really very slow? The applications take longer to open or they are totally unresponsive? Either way, have you been in a situation where you're trying to access websites and their accessibility or they have an increased load time? Or either way, have you been in a situation where your CPU is high or your disk usage is really high, and therefore task manager shows consistently high CPU or disk usage? Or have you been in a situation where you experience frequent crashes or errors? Programs or the system frequently crash or encounter errors. So technically, there are many scenarios that can arise out of having a slow Windows 10 or a slow PC performance. So I'm going to show you 3 tricks that you can deploy and improve on the performance of your Windows 10. Let's get started. So in the first trick, I am going to show you uh, how we can use the msconfig command to access the startup programs. So you come to your search option on Windows 10 and then type run, run, then click OK, or you can click on run. And then a dialog box appears where you punch in msconfig and press enter, or you can press OK. So a dialog box appears where you go to the startup tab. While there, click on open task manager. So another dialog box will appear, and this will basically show you a list of all startup programs that are starting up while your Windows is booting. For example, for my case, you can see I have a Sentinel Agent, I have a Proton VPN. Actually, you can look at the first list, shows you the applications, the publisher, and then the status. Okay, so if you look at Sentinel Agent 1, its status is enabled. You can also see Microsoft Teams status is enabled, and all these other applications. Dialpad status is enabled, Google Chrome status is enabled, Microsoft Teams enabled, WhatsApp is disabled. So you look at this list and choose what applications do you feel are not important, that they don't need to start with your Windows 10 while it's booting. And so, for example, in my case, I would prefer maybe to say, let me let me disable Microsoft SharePoint for now. So when I click on disable, you can see that the status has changed to disabled. Okay. However, if I want to switch it back and I want it to be enabled, I still highlight it and then click on enable button, and that will enable the status back. Okay. So that is one option of how you can change the startup programs. And also, you can also look at the processes. Now, under the processes tab, you realize that you can be able to see the CPU or the resource utilization of your resources on your Windows 10. For example, you can see how much CPU is being used by Microsoft Edge, how much memory is used by Sentinel or Microsoft Edge, how much disk space is being used, how much network bandwidth is being used by that application, and how much power is being used. So that will help you to gauge and understand which application is really consuming a lot of resources, and you can, based on that, to take a decision either to end that task or to end that application or let it run, depending on why you are having it running. All right. So once that is done, you close this and then come back to the system configuration tab. You click on services. Yes, services. So under services, you will see a list of services, both services from Microsoft, services managing your laptop hardware, that is Intel graphics, the graphics card, the network cards, the hard disk and everything. So there are a list. This is a very big list of services actually. So you can scroll down and choose which services do you want to be stopped or which services do you want to keep running. So you don't want to really mess up with any Microsoft services. So I would strongly recommend that you check the hide all Microsoft services. You see this checkbox, check it and hide all the Microsoft services. So you realize that this makes the list a little bit brief, unlike at first. Okay, so you can see all these services that are running. You can see Google Chrome Elevation, it actually stopped. Google Updater, it was also stopped. You see TeamViewer was also stopped. So you can choose to say, I would like to have TeamViewer running. So check it and then click apply. So once you click apply, after checking it, then you click OK. Previously, it was reflecting that it was stopped at a certain date. OK. And then let's click OK and see. So this requires us to have a restart for the Windows 10 laptop. Okay. So you go ahead and restart your laptop and then see what happens next. So with trick number 2, we are going to look at checking our Windows updates. It's very important for you to ensure that your Windows 10 is always updated in the right timing. So we'll come to the search option on your Windows 10 and then go to settings. So click on settings. Then we go to update and security. And then that opens or launches a dialog box where we can see our Windows update. So for my case, my laptop just received the most recent update at today at 6:39 p.m. So you click on check for updates. For my case, I already got an update. So in the circumstance that your laptop has not updated in a long time, you click on check for updates, and this will check for you some updates that will show if they are really available. However, I don't recommend or I advise you to always have this running in the background anytime it wishes. Reason being that this sometimes slows down your performance because the laptop is or your Windows 10 is struggling to pick an update in the background, and maybe you're also utilizing resources on your Windows 10 trying to do a few things there and there. So this may create some lag sometimes or even slow down your network. So to avoid this, I strongly advise that you schedule the upgrading at certain dates or a certain period of time. So you would come right here and go under advanced options and then choose pause the updates or select a future date when you feel you can have this update running. For example, at the date of recording this video, of course, it was the 6th of August. So you can choose to say, I'm going to run this on a Sunday. That is going to be on 11th of August. So click on 11th August. So that means it's going to pause the updating for now, and then it will resume again after a week, or that's on the 11th of August. Okay, but you make sure you only do this after you have picked the most recent update, ensuring that your laptop is up to date. Okay, then once you have changed the settings, of course it's going to change here and it will show you that updates have been paused until a particular date. You get the point? Yeah, so that is how you can go about this. So with trick number 3, we're going to look at how you can empty your recycle bin. Of course, this helps you to create more space on your hard disk. And also, we also look into how you can delete temporary files. So you go to the search option on your Windows 10, then type run, press enter. Then in the run dialog box, you can type percentage temporary percentage. So this helps you to access the temporary file or the temporary folders. As you can see, there's a list of temporary folders. Temporary folders within my temp file or temp folder. So we'll click on Control A, which helps us to highlight the whole list. Then click on Shift and Delete, Shift plus Delete. And that, of course, will ask you, are you sure you want to permanently delete these 256 items? I'll say yes. So this will delete the items. However, in the process of deleting the items, it may request you or it may notify you that some items are unable to be deleted for for whatever reason that will be paused. This is what I'm talking about. So the action can't be completed because the file is open in Delpad. Okay, so I have some files that are connected to the application that I'm running. So for now, I'll click on skip this for all the next files in the same category. So we'll skip, and then the deletion will proceed. Sure. So as this proceeds, we also go to access our recycle bin just to check what is in the recycle bin. Apparently, my recycle bin is empty, but you never know for your case. Your recycle bin could be having a lot of deleted junk or stuff that you really feel you may not need any time again. So I strongly recommend that you click and highlight everything, then permanently delete. This will help you to create more space on your hard disk. Okay, but also, so this marks the end of my tutorial. Our next video will be about a detailed approach on each of the issues that I had identified at the beginning of my tutorial. I'll give you a thorough explanation on how you can solve each of them in a much more detailed approach. Thank you so much for watching, and once again, I am Ruben from Midnight Solutions. If you found this information very informative and helpful, I would kindly request you to share this video to ensure that it can reach as many people as possible. Also, you feel free to comment and post a comment in the comment section, and also hit the bell on your notification so that you can easily be notified whenever I post a video. Thank you so much. Once again, Ruben from Midnight Solutions. Bye-bye.